Something died over there. Well, hello, welcome back to Tale 3 Cabins. It's May and October always seem to be probably the two busiest months out there. I think there are 2 months that you really want to enjoy yourself and do some outdoor activities, but then there's a lot to be done at home. And in May, you got to start planting gardens, getting yard work, mulch, just a lot of chores that pile up. October, you're preparing for winter, and it's almost the exact opposite. But today we got to start working on the honeydew list. So why don't you check it out? Our Rubbermaid mailbox is going on 20 some years. It's seen better days, probably been attacked by kids with baseball bats, snow plows in the wintertime, and it's due for a change. In fact, Karen wanted a new mailbox for Christmas. Here it is. She painted the roof green to kind of match our house. So we need to pull out the old one and put this one in. Mailbox has a pretty good lean to it also, so we're going to pull up the whole post. I can't remember if I set it in concrete or just put it in the dirt. So far it doesn't appear to be any concrete down there, which is good. It's going to make it easier to widen this hole up a little bit, and then we will throw a bag of sackcrete and a brand new post. I forgot to bring my level down, but I remember my iPhone has a level built into it under the measurements app, so that worked out okay, I think. Alright, scratch new mailbox off the list. Next. So you got it?
I think so. You're going to pull up here. I'm going to spread the things and you're going to try to pull them.
Yeah, see what happens. I still had the forks on from when I brought the composting toilet back from southern Ohio, and I thought that this would be a neat way to try to get rid of these shrubs that Karen want out of our front yard. The object is to straddle them with the forks and see if I could just lift them right out of the ground. And it might be a little bit quicker than me having to go get the bucket, exchange it, and then get a chain. Or maybe not. Apparently these shrubs are boneless. There's nothing to really grab onto them. It's kind of like a boneless cat. I'm going to try one more time, and this time I'm going to ask Karen just to keep tension with the forks and just kind of pinch it and see if it'll still pull it up or not. Alright, I'll be right back. I was hoping this job would go a little bit quicker. It's kind of warm outside, and the root system on here is very dense, so it's taking a lot of the soil with it. Apparently another boneless one. So that did take longer than I anticipated, but it's another check mark on the old list. Our house is surrounded by oak trees, and they can be pretty messy in the springtime, filling up our gutters full of a lot of these strings. And many years ago I put these wedges in the gutters. They kind of look like just long scrubby pads that had a treated top to it that wasn't supposed to promote fungus and growth, but I believe that was false advertising. So it's pretty messy. I'm going to try to pull these things out, and we'll come up with a new solution in the future for our gutters. Now you may be wondering where the work cage is that I used last year, and that's on loan right now, and it's been away for a little while, so maybe I should check on that because I could use it from time to time. But I do have the carryall that I made to put on the back of the tractor, and it works nicely with the combination of the forks and the carryall up front. It's all strapped down. It's actually a little bit safer, I think, than trying to use a ladder here because I have more advantage of being mobile, and I can also load a bunch of tools with me. So I have my blower in there, I've got some bug spray because undoubtedly we're running a carpenter bees, my tennis racket just in case those carpenter bees get a little frisky, and a few other tools. One of the last things we're doing here is putting some of this wet and forget down, and I'm curious if anybody else out there has used this and what kind of results have you gotten with it. Our primary reason was for moss that's been building up on the shady areas of our roof, especially in the front yard here, and then we have quite a bit of moss on our shed. The house and garage is of course a metal roof, and our shed is shingles, so I'm just curious if anybody out there has used it. Have you used it on a metal roof or shingled roof, and have you had good luck with it? Okay, so that's going to do it for today for the honeydew list. We're going to have some more honeydew projects next week. This is May, as I mentioned. Of course, by the time you're watching this, we're probably going to be a little bit into June. I mentioned May is a good time to also enjoy the outdoors because the temperatures aren't too bad. And we decided we would take the RV out on a little 10, 11-day trip over to Pennsylvania. So we headed west and we stopped at an old stomping ground of mine when I was younger. We checked out an old campground that I used to frequent many times when I was in my 20s and 30s, and then continued to head west into Pennsylvania. Went near Shanksville to see the Flight 93 Memorial, and if you ever have a chance to go visit that, I recommend it highly. It's a good reminder of exactly what happened on 9/11. There's a lot of nice tributes there, specifically a tower that they built that has 40 wind chimes in it, and that represents each passenger on Flight 93 that perished on 9/11. And the slightest bit of wind is representing the voices that were silent on that day. We also continued our trip to southeast Pennsylvania, just below Philadelphia, where we visited some family for just shy of a week. And then as we made our way back, we stopped in Gettysburg for a couple days. But that's going to do it for today. I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out. And keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.